So in terms of the Olorato murder case, we have registered commendable progress insofar as this case is concerned. We do officially confirm that we are investigating a syndicate. We do believe that we have broken the back of a syndicate that is targeting women, especially young women out there, where they utilize the same modus operandi. They propose these young women, usually in malls. They propose them, ask to request to take them out on dates. When they agree, that is when they plan to rob them. We do have a case where we had actually arrested 2 of the 3 suspects that we are looking for. On the 20th of April this year, we arrested Bongani Mtimkulu as well as Pila Makanya on a charge of kidnapping and robbery in the Brakpan area, where a vigilant police officer was conducting his regular patrols, and he came across a suspicious looking vehicle, a VW Polo, the same VW Polo in question. And when he confronted these suspects, he found that they had just kidnapped a woman and robbed her. We immediately placed these 2 suspects under arrest. On the 22nd of April, they appeared in court on a charge of kidnapping and robbery. And on the 26th of April, they got bail. So they are currently out on bail, but we are linking them with various other cases. We have provided the number of Brigadier Nama, who is handling this particular case. And since issuing this number, hundreds of ladies are calling, a lot of women are calling and giving out information on how they met particularly Bongani Mtimkulu and Pila Makanya on several occasions. And what they are relaying to us is that they are utilizing the same modus operandi. They meet them in malls, they propose to them, ask them out on dates, and when they agree, they rob them and so on. So we are calling on more women to come forward with more information. We really appreciate the cooperation that we are getting from these young women, mostly young. We have people calling as far as the Northern Cape. We have people calling as far as the Free State. We have people calling in Gauteng that are saying that we have been approached by these suspects that you are looking for. We do positively identify them as those that also tried to rob us, or those that were proposing us and were demanding to go out on dates. But in terms of this particular case, like I've indicated, commendable progress has been made. We immediately set up a multidisciplinary team on Sunday when we received this case, which was led by a crime intelligence unit. We had our SAPS anti-kidnapping task team that was leading this particular investigation. We also had a DPCI KZN that we have been working with. We've got Durban Metro K9 that was also instrumental in assisting us in this particular case. But we also have the Gauteng Provincial Investigating Unit that has been also hard at work in assisting us to register a breakthrough. So on Wednesday morning, our team made their way to Durban in KZN after following up on information that these suspects may be hiding in KwaMashu, where they originate from. So our investigation started on Sunday. We traced their steps. We landed at a lodge in Q in Johannesburg, where 2 suspects had booked a room. And we now know that they booked the room, they paid for it, but they didn't sleep in that particular room on Sunday evening. So we have been tracing their steps. We know that after the incident, after allegedly murdering Olorato and dumping her body in Lombardy West, they then drove back to KwaZulu-Natal. So our team arrived yesterday afternoon in KwaMashu, where we identified one of the suspects' houses. We also went to the area of Phoenix at a panel beater workshop, where we recovered the VW Polo in question that we have been looking for. The team immediately mobilized our forensic science experts, our forensic experts, to start working on this particular vehicle. And that is when they made the discovery that there were traces of blood inside this Polo. And when we compare the VW Polo that we have been looking for to the one that has been found, it has been positively identified as the Polo that was used in the commission of the crime, particularly the case of the murder case of Olorato Mongale. So at this stage, the owner of the vehicle is the father of one of the suspects that is on the run. He is in police custody, he is cooperating, and our teams are busy with him, interviewing him, raising the concerns that it is his vehicle. The vehicle is under his name, so he needs to account as to where his vehicle has been, and is he aware that his vehicle has been involved in heinous crimes, has been involved in the alleged murder of a woman, a 30-year-old woman. Is he aware that this vehicle is wanted for various other crimes, including the kidnapping and robbery? But also, of what is interesting is that this particular vehicle was in a police, was impounded by police on the same day that these two suspects, Bongani Mthumkhulu and Phila Makhanya, were arrested. We impounded this vehicle and we got a court order saying that we must release this particular vehicle from our SAP 13 because it was seized as part of evidence in the kidnapping and robbery case. So we do have that court order that, obviously instructed the police to release this particular vehicle back to the owner, who is the father of one of the suspects that we are looking for. So let's also thank members of the media that have been very instrumental in assisting us to communicate this particular case, in assisting us to really share the pictures of these particular suspects. All three suspects are wanted in connection with this case. Our wish is to bring them before court so that they can answer to crimes that they have allegedly committed. So our job is to investigate, it's to find them before they do this to anyone. And we have warned not only the women of South Africa, but also everyone in the country to say this trio is quite dangerous. Don't approach them. Immediately call us when you become aware of their whereabouts, or if you have any information on where they could be. So our teams are still on the ground. They are still in KZN. We are working tirelessly. We know the Provincial Commissioner of Gauteng is also leading this particular investigation and this particular search. We've also roped in the Provincial Commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal, Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, to also assist in tracing these suspects, where we do believe they are still somewhere in KZN. We are requesting the people of South Africa, do not harbor these dangerous criminals. We need to bring them to book. We need them to answer to crimes that they've allegedly committed. We are requesting you to stand up against gender-based violence and femicide. We need to put a stop to the senseless killings of women, children and vulnerable groups in this country, and we are therefore requesting your cooperation, your assistance in this particular case. We are also saying to Fezile Ngubane, Bongani Timkulu, as well as Phila Makhanya, do surrender at your nearest police station. You are aware of the crimes that you have committed. Do surrender and hand yourselves over. We are searching for you. We do believe that you can assist us in all these cases that are being reported to the police, that are being reported to Brigadier Nama. So if I can just repeat the number for Brigadier Nama, who is leading this particular investigation. His number is 082 778 9035. Anyone who has fallen victim to the syndicate that is targeting women, do come forward. If anyone has information on their whereabouts, please do come forward and assist police investigations. But we want to assure the people of this country that we have placed maximum resources into this case, into finding these 3 suspects. And in a matter of no time, we've got full faith and confidence in the teams that are on the ground actively searching for these suspects. But we also require your assistance, the people of South Africa, to help us put a stop to what has happened. And it looks like a robbery spree or kidnapping spree that they've been involved in, targeting women only, in malls, proposing them, same modus operandi utilized. So I had indicated that we were still analyzing the dockets in the cases that we picked up in the Sandton area, where 2 other women were found dumped on the side of the road. We are still investigating those cases, whether there are any links. So those particular investigations are ongoing. But we do believe that the pictures that we have shared, the identities that we have shared, we are on to the right suspects, and that they are aware of what they have done. They need to surrender. And like I've indicated earlier on, maximum resources, GBVF is a serious crime in South Africa. It's a national crisis, and that's why you see police mobilizing maximum resources in each and every case that is reported and brought to our attention. I think when the minister released the crime stats on Friday, he announced that between January this year and March, we had arrested 5,800 GBVF perpetrators in the country in a period of 3 months alone. I think in the past year, more than 1,700 GBF perpetrators were convicted to time in prison. Some were sentenced to life, some received 20 years and more in prison. So that just talks to the work of our detectives, the work of our family violence, child protection and sexual investigations unit. So I will leave it at that. We are still searching for Bongani Timkulu, Phila Makhanya, as well as Fezile Ngubane. Do hand yourselves over to the nearest police station, but be rest assured, South Africa, we will find them. We have no option. Our communities come first. Our communities are relying on us. The women and children of this country, and as well as vulnerable groups, they have no one to look up to but to the police. And we are saying we are dedicated and we are committed to the fight against gender-based violence. And that is why you also see in all our police stations there is a GBVF desk. We've got our victim-friendly rooms where we ensure that we assist and we assist victims of crime in those particular rooms, where we treat them with the sensitivity that they deserve. So women out there, vulnerable groups, please be extra vigilant, especially when going out on blind dates. If you're not familiar with the people that you are going out with, don't do it. Because now we are seeing that people are not genuine. People are not who they say they are. Some have ulterior motives, just like the syndicate that goes around targeting young women for their money. So we are still investigating the motive of why they went ahead and killed Olorato Mongale. And we are hoping that when we do find them, they will tell us why.